Funding for Here and Now comes from MathWorks, creator of MATLAB and Simulink software, accelerating the pace of engineering and science. Learn more at mathworks.com.
From NPR and WVUR Boston, I'm Robin Young. I'm Deepa Fernandez. It's Here and Now. Coming up, Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia joins us after a trip to El Salvador where Kilmar Abrego Garcia was wrongfully deported. Also, the autism community wants to set the record straight as HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. continues to spread misinformation.
Telling parents that it will destroy their family isn't what autistic people need, and it's not what their parents need either.
And journalist Gene Carstensen describes the day a boat overloaded with refugees broke apart and sank off the coast of Greece in 2015.
I was there that day. I saw what happened, and years later, I was still haunted, and I realized there was so much I didn't know.
The news is first.
Live from NPR News, I'm Lakshmi Singh. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says he is streamlining what he's calling a bloated bureaucracy. He's cutting about 700 positions at headquarters. NPR's Michelle Kellerman with details.
In an op-ed explaining some of his changes, Rubio takes aim at the Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights, and Labor. He says it became a platform for left-wing activists in places like Poland, Hungary, and Brazil. And he says he's putting that bureau under the control of a new coordinator for foreign assistance. He's also getting rid of over 130 offices to prevent what he calls meaningless turf wars. His aides say no one will be fired today, though hundreds of positions will be cut. The Trump administration has already dismantled the U.S. Agency for International Development. What remains of that will be folded into the department with more oversight from regional bureaus. Michelle Kellerman, NPR News, the State Department.
4 Democratic lawmakers from the U.S. have left El Salvador, where they sought answers about Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He is the Maryland man now in Salvador in detention after he was deported illegally. Oregon Congresswoman Maxine Dexter was part of the U.S. delegation.
The most important thing that this trip accomplished is keeping this story in the constitutional crisis. It really illustrates front and center. This is one man and family's nightmare, but it could be anyone's.
The White House initially admitted that Abrego Garcia was deported due to an administrative error, but it continues to defend its actions. The Justice Department says that despite a U.S. Supreme Court order to facilitate the man's return, its hands are tied since Abrego Garcia is in foreign custody. Around the globe, Catholic communities are reflecting on the legacy of Pope Francis, who died Easter Monday at the age of 88. He was the only pontiff to take the name of St. Francis of Assisi, the Roman Catholic patron saint of animals and ecology. And as countries observe this birthday, NPR's Jeff Brady notes Francis also pushed for action on climate change during his 12-year papacy.
Pope Francis's 2015 climate encyclical did not mince words. Quote, "The earth, our home, is beginning to look more and more like an immense pile of filth." The letter called on rich countries to help poorer ones and inspired new religious organizations focused on climate to form. Christiana Zinner is a theology professor at Fordham University.
The Catholic Church now has to be seen as an entity that is concerned about care for creation